3-Point Shot, Chapter 5. Well, congratulations to you guys! I didn't think you could do it, but you did it! The real culprit behind Runtaro and Mami-kun's death was Tsumugi Shirogane-san! Monokuma's words were cold comfort to the students now. They had prevailed. They had not only found Amami-kun's killer, but also the mastermind. But now they were just left wondering what came next. The idea that someone as soft-spoken as Shirogane being the one who had put them through such an ordeal was so surreal that none of them could even speak. Shirogane, for her part, was a gibbering mess. This isn't happening. This wasn't. Kaede was the first to speak up. Shirogane-san, you're really? She was almost immediately cut off. It's not supposed to be me! It's supposed to be you! You keep saying things like that, Shuichi chimed in. But what does that mean? Akamatsu-san! Shirogane struggled to maintain her composure. She was supposed to take the blame! That's how it's supposed to go! But what do you mean by supposed to? The detective asked. I mean that Akamatsu-san's role was to be my scapegoat! Shirogane cried. She dies and then you take up her feelings for the rest of the game! That's how the story goes! So even when the game started, Kaede questioned, horrified, you wanted me dead? Specifically me? Of course! You're the perfect sacrifice to keep things interesting! Shirogane proclaimed. I just wanted to keep the story on track, but then you... She broke out into a fit of defeated laughter. You just had to fucking miss, didn't you? So you didn't account for that, Shuichi muttered. Even after I had to step in, it was going perfectly. Akamatsu-san was all set to take the fall for me, but then... The venom in her voice reached its zenith. You ruined everything with one fucking joke! Kokichi chuckled. I like to keep things light. Kaede gave the short boy a tender look. Oma-kun, you saved me. Thank you. Don't thank me, Kokichi smirked. I would have just as happily let you die, whatever was the most fun. This understandably threw the pianist off. Okay. In any case, Shuichi interjected, there's still an important question we need to answer. Shirogane-san, are you the mastermind behind this killing game? The cosplayer scoffed, put on a haughty look, and proudly declared, as a matter of fact, Nope! The entire class, Shirogane included, was struck silent by Monokuma's words. I'm afraid Shirogane-san is not the mastermind you're looking for! Hey! Monotaro shouted. Should we check for identification? Why check IDs if Pop said she ain't the mastermind? Monosuke asked back. Hold on here, Shirogane protested. Of course I'm the mastermind! You chose me! You said that I would be the next... Once again, she was cut off by the black and white bear. You wouldn't want to spoil anything more than we already have, right? No, not spoilers! Monofani plugged her ears. I've been so good about not looking them up. Monokid strummed his guitar for emphasis. Hell yeah! People who don't mark spoilers are the absolute worst! Even worse than Monodam! Monodom's silence seemed to have a different air about it than normal. And then it finally broke. Punishment time! Shirogane's heart sunk. Wait! No! You can't do this to me! Her words fell on deaf ears. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate cosplayer, Tsumugi Shirogane-san! Please don't do this! You still need me! I can still be of some use to you! Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time! You... Akamatsu! Game over. Tsumugi Shirogane has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. As a hazard alarm began to blare, the other students instinctively backed away from Shirogane. The cosplayer, for her part, grew very shifty-eyed as she were sensing something coming. But in spite of her best efforts, a metal collar latched around her neck and pulled her out of the courtroom into a strange waiting area. She soon found herself locked in some sort of chair, like one you might find at a beauty salon. As the Monokuma Cubs approached with various types of makeup and articles of clothing, the true punishment process began in earnest. Execution number 1. All dolled up. In a maelstrom of fabrics and a hailstorm of colors, Shirogane was forced out of her traditional uniform and her appearance was significantly changed. Her hair was now a pinkish blonde and done up in pigtails, being held in place with clips that looked like Monokuma. She was adorned in a different uniform with a black top, white tie, and red skirt. Her nails were fake and equally bright red, and her feet were now sporting high-heeled boots. Her face was made to look as flawless as possible, near unrecognizable as the person she once was. Whoever she now looked like, it was an imitation befitting someone with Shirogane's moniker. With the makeover complete, Shirogane was unceremoniously forced from the chair and up against a wall. Suddenly, thin ropes were wrapped around her wrists, knees, ankles, stomach, and most distressingly, her neck, binding her to the wall behind her. Suddenly, the floor around her sprung upward, closing in on her, and the upward wall trapping her in a box. The box was labeled Life-Size Mastermind Doll. As Shirogane began to struggle for breath, she noted her bonds, the twist ties holding the doll in place, were growing tighter. More than that, they were digging into her skin. These weren't merely thin ropes, they were made from garrote wire. Monokuma and his cubs tugged on the wire from behind the box, causing them to grow taut, digging tighter and tighter into Shirogane's flesh. As blood seeped out of her wounds and the slow burning pain grew more and more, Shirogane found herself struggling to keep her eyes open, as though this would somehow make it stop. A snapping sound, followed by the wires cutting all the way through, past the back of the box, was the actual end of her suffering. The wires flew backward toward Monokuma and his cubs, and the bears scattered to avoid being sliced into scrap metal. Monotaro failed to escape in time. As his cubs were awestruck by the loss of their leader, Monokuma merely strolled up to the box, noted his handiwork, and applied a sticker to the front. Some assembly required. End of Chapter 5.